Hi all, if you're new to our channel, I'm Sarah, and today I wanted to share with you a little about bees. As some of you may know, my husband Matt and I are getting ready to have honeybees, and we are so excited, but it's not something we just jumped into. We've been doing research on honeybees. Matt, more importantly, has been doing research on honeybees for over a year. It's been a long time to come to this. And one of the biggest reasons, obviously, we wanted to get honeybees was for honey. But there was another really big reason that we wanted to get honeybees, and that was for pollinating. We are hoping for a beautiful, vibrant garden with rich plant life this year, and we are excited for that to happen. So we did some research when we were researching honeybees, not only about honeybees, but we also did a lot of research on the wild or native bees that we have already here in Minnesota. In our research, we learned some really cool things about bees. We learned that although honeybees are great for pollinating and great for making honey, that the wild bees we have here are even better for pollinating our plants. We learned that bumblebees are amazing for pollinating tomatoes and pepper plants. So we learned that these are things we want to have in our garden, around our home, and we tried to find ways to get them here. We found this little bee. He was already gone in our greenhouse, and we were so sad to see it because we were so happy to see bees and pollinators in our greenhouse coming in and out. And when we saw this, it just kind of made us a little sad to know that that little guy was gone for whatever reason. So the native bees or the wild bees that are around here need two things, and that is shelter and food. So food would be plants, not only our vegetable plants, our fruit plants, but also flowers. And it's something that we really haven't grown much of before. We haven't put a lot of effort into flowers, and quite frankly, it was because we were so much in survival mode. For those of you who know more about us, you know that we recently got out of consumer debt and decided that we would no longer accept debt in our lifestyle, and along with that meant we could make more frivolous purchases, such as flower seeds, which before the only things we were growing were things we could eat. We've been growing a lot more flowers, and that's been really exciting. So with the flowers, we just want to make sure that we have a really diverse plant life here. If we want the bees to stay here, the native bees don't fly as far as honeybees. So if we want the bees to stay here, we need to have here what they need. And just like we eat so many things in our diet for different nutrients, the bees do too. So we're excited to have some new flowers planted. We have even more seeds coming, more things that we're excited to do as far as food goes. And then for shelter, there's different types of shelter based on what type of bee it is. There are ground bees that live quite literally in the ground, in burrows or holes that they dig, or abandoned burrows from an animal. Leaving shelter for them is quite easy where we are. We have quite a steep ravine on the edge of our property, so there's quite a bit of hilly dirt spaces where are perfect for those ground bees. And then the other type of bee is a cavity nesting bee. They actually use like hollow sticks and things, and they put pollen and their eggs in there, and they kind of like mud them over. So one of the types of bees around here is a mason bee, which I think is what the dead one is. I am not really a bee expert, but I think it is, just based on pictures I've looked at. Maybe someone else knows. Leave a comment below if you know what type of bee that was. But the mason bees, or those kind of cavity bees, they'll use mud and kind of like mud up the hole, and so the egg can form into bee. Our 6-year-old Leroy got a bee house for Christmas, and he went ahead and he decorated it. I can show some clips of that video. I'll just go ahead and show you that. Excited? Our 6-year-old here got a little project from Grandma to work on a while back, and now that it's spring and it's nice out, he gets to work on it. So do you want to tell him what this is?
It's a beehive where bees can lay their eggs to make more bees.
Yeah, it's for the native bees here where we live, and it's a little bee house. So we took off the wrapper, and it has these little tubers in here. You can see that. Has these little tubes in here where the bees can lay their eggs and mud them up and keep it safe. Leroy's actually going to be painting the sides and the roof today. Do you like these?
I'm going to get the paint on my grandpa.
Yeah, Papa gave him some paint a while back. He painted a birdhouse. So now he's going to use that paint to paint this.
Why bees are important because you need stuff to grow. You don't have anything it grows, you can't eat vegetables or fruit. And then there would be no such thing as vegetables or fruit. And you need them.
So he's going to get started painting.
This. I'm going to mix dark blue with some white. And now I'm putting here to make white blue. Like that. A bee house. Why are you making that? Because I got it from Grandma and I'm painting it. Oh, cool. And I'm doing a video of it. No. Painting a bee house. What are you doing? That's also bugs with Evan. You're getting bugs with Evan? Yeah. Cool. Now I'm going to show you this whole thing. This is the front. And this is the side. First side I ever done. This is the back. And this is the next side. And then we're back to the front.
So we're gonna hang Leroy, we're gonna hang his little native beehive down here on the trees. And Evan over there is bringing some birdhouses. Cool.
Evan, look here.
So there we go. Ready for some bees. Be our guest, it says. All right. Evan, where should we hang these?
Maybe on those two. This one on there, and this one, I don't know.
Hey, Evan. Hand me one.
Or bees are
So that is Evan's birdhouse. And this one is Leroy's.
So I hope you learned a little bit about bees today, and we are so excited for this journey of getting honeybees, of hopefully attracting new bee varieties to our property and keeping them around, and we're just excited to learn more. If you have any tips or advice about bees, we'd love to hear it. Please leave a comment below.
If you guys like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Glad you got to see us again. Bye.
Bye. The compost is right there.
Oh, that's your compost?
Yeah. I'll look at them back and dump. Back. That's how you dump it.
Oh, so I love this. So they found a good spot for the bee house. It's the recommendation is 3 to 5 feet off the ground and near a mud source. So we are good. It's off the ground, and I don't know if you can see down there. It's right next to the creek, a mud source. So that should be the perfect spot, and it's the very edge of our garden. So even if some wasps find
Not gonna
it,
go down there.
it's kind of out of our way.